annual catalog. And we're going to be making a rather simple but oh so pretty card today. So we will get started. I'm just going to change my view here and I'll be right back. All right, here we are back at the helm. All right, we are going to get started. My card base today is Sweet Sorbet, and that's just a standard card base. And I have a piece of, I keep wanting to say Lucky Limeade. It is Parakeet Party, Old Habits Die Hard. And we're going to grab an embossing folder and get some embossing on there. I think I might use the Merry Melody just to give that a little something something. And I'm just going to go off camera for a second so that I can emboss this. And oops, wrong plate. Here we go. Get the right plates going here. Sorry for all the noise. All right, let's see if we can get that embossed. And the reason I chose the Merry Melody is that we're doing birds chirp. I thought, music to our ears. That was my plan. And there we have our beautiful music notes. All right, we are going to take this panel and we are going to put this right in the middle of our card. And if you stick around to the end of this video, you will see another card that's a little different. Same idea, just a little different. And I'm just going to center that in the middle, just like that. Then we're going to set that aside. Now I have a whole bunch of bits and pieces, but now I have a piece of our adhesive sheets. And I am going to add this black cardstock to this adhesive sheet. And then we're going to die cut. We'll save that for something else. Then we're going to die cut our big bird cage. All right. So we're going to get our plates back out here again and get this set up. And I am going to go off camera again, just for a second. Oops. And run this through our machine. And what that is going to do is, by putting the adhesive sheet on there, it is going to make the bird cage into a sticker. And that is going to be much, much easier for me to apply that. All right. Let's pull this off. And that's all the die cutting we have to do today. And we'll take your pick tool and poke some of these out. Oops. You know what? I'm not even going to fight with those. I'm just going to leave them because when I pull the label off the back, it's going to be magic. You'll see that in a moment or two. So I'm just going to set that down there. All right. Now I have a piece of basic white, and we are going to stamp our birds on here. So I'm just going to put this on here for a second, and I'm just going to put a little dot. You probably can't see it, but that's going to tell me where to stamp my bird image. And I am going to stamp that in Memento black ink. So I'm just going to ink up my stamp really well. Do a couple of little test runs here. And I'm going to pop my birds right on there. And hopefully I got them in the right place. Let's bring in this bird cage and have a look. Yep. All right. Yep. No problem. So now we're going to color our birds, and I'm using Stampin' Blends, and I'm using soft suede, and I am going to use light sweet sorbet to color a couple of these birds. And I tried the dark sweet sorbet. It's nice, but I think personally it's too dark. So that is why I'm going with the light. And if you wanted, you could color these birds multicolored, like two or three different colors on there. But I am just going to, I'm looking for my card. Oh, there it is, hiding. I'm just going to do two colors. And I'm going to do the Parakeet Party, and this is the dark one, and the Sweet Sorbet light. I'm just doing these single colors, picking the colors right out of the cardstock that I used for this card. Like so. Now the only other color I'm going to use is dark. Oh, that's the second time I've done that. Pulled the lid right off it. And I'm just going to touch their beaks and their feet with this dark mango. And then we're going to call that a day. Now I am going to remove the backing. And like magic, all those pieces come out. And then we're going to, I'm going to bring in my silicone mat because I don't want it to stick to the paper. And we're going to line this up. Now I just guessed on the size of this. As you can see, I'm going to have to do a little bit of trimming, but that's okay. I am going to grab my snips and carefully trim along this edge. All right. I'll just give that a back rub to press that in place. All right, that looks good, really good. Now, here's a tip. Take a black marker and just go along your edge. And if there's any white edges showing, they will not be noticeable. There's a tip for you. I use that one a lot. Okay, we'll get rid of that garbage. And now we need to work on our greeting. So this set has no greetings. So let's go to greetings, and I'm going to do thank you. That sounds like a good one. And we will get this loaded up, get some ink, and I'm going to do some tests on here because this is the first time I've used this stamp. So we want to have nice, crisp, there we go. All right, let's see what I can do. That looks good. Let's bring in this piece of basic white, and we will hopefully stamp it straight. Very good. I'm happy with that. Just clean that stamp while I have that chamois handy. And we will put the lid on here. All right, we have all our bits and pieces. Let's bring our card back in. I'll flip. Oh, there's dots all over the back of that from glue. Maybe we'll just turn this page over. And I got a smudge. Uh-oh. Let me find my eraser and see if I can get that off there quickly. There we go. Not too bad. If you could ever find one of these, I got this off of Amazon. It's a Tombow sand eraser. It's an eraser and it's got little grits of sand in it, and it actually lifts up smudges of ink. All right, here we go. We have our beautiful bird cage, and I want to put the greeting off to the side here. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer and trim this down as tight as I can. So that it still looks nice. I'm going to take just a smidge off the top. There we go. Now I am going to layer that on black. So I'm going to have to cut this down too. That was just, let's do this one at 3/4. And That is almost 2. So we'll just do this. Oops, that one's crooked in. Let's do this one. That should about do it. All right, let's get this out of the way, get some glue going, and see what we can create. Layer up our greeting. That looks good. All right. I might put that one up at the top. Ooh, that looks nice. That's what you call changing your mind midstream, eh? All right. And now some adhesive on the back here. Being generous because this is an embossed piece. And we'll pop that in place. Look at the pop, eh? Isn't that cool? All right, I need my paper trimmer one more time because I don't have a piece for the inside. Well, what did I do? Didn't go all the way through the paper. And 5 1/4. All right. And we'll get some adhesive on this to go on the inside of our card. All right, my friends, let's get this in the camera view and have a look. Here is our thank you card. I don't know whether you can catch all those little music notes in the background. And as promised, I have another one to show you. And this one I did very similarly, but I put a little bow here and I moved everything all over to one corner. And on this one, I used the quatrefoil. I don't know whether you can see that or not. Let me see if I can get that camera to focus. It's pretty hard to see, I think. Anyway, that is the 2 cards for today's video featuring the Pretty Birds bundle found on page 103 of the annual catalog. I hope you come back. I'm here Tuesdays and Thursdays at noon Central Standard Time, as well as Wednesday nights at 6:30 for Facebook Live. Hope to see you back here real soon. Thanks for stopping by.